What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sky Bees. Yes. So, in the last episode, I can't crouch when flying. Yep, there we go. Yes. So, in the last episode, we made this tier 3 blood altar behind me and got prepped for a tier 4 blood altar. And all of this is to make or automate the steel casing, right? So, what we needed to do, or where we left off, was we needed these large bloodstone bricks so that we can cap off these pillars that are behind me here and here. And to do that, if we take a look in our blood magic quest line, we are going to need to go through the Hellfire Forge to get these weak blood shards. Because again, if we look at this, it is a weak blood shard with any stone. And we need 4 of these. Also going to need this weak blood shard for the Master Blood Orb. With 40,000 life points in a tier 4 altar. So, we need to get to a tier 4 altar, and we need to start crafting up the Hellfire Forge. So let's go ahead and look at this in our book. It is one of the core crafting mechanics of blood magic alongside the blood altar itself. Here, you can work with the demon will you have harvested from mobs to allow you to create sentient tools, including the sentient sword, Tartaric Gems, various regents, arcane ash, and many things besides. So the Tartaric Gems, Demon Will is a very useful resource, but the fragments you have been getting so far are decently lacking power. What you need is a storage item. A Tartaric Gem seems like just the thing. What's more, it can absorb leftover Demon Will you might have lying around. Just drop them on the floor, and your shiny new gem will absorb them. The first gem will hold a maximum of 64 will. The lesser Tartaric Gem will hold 256, the common will hold 1024, and the greater will hold 4096. That is the Tartaric Gems. Cool. We need to get ourselves, first off, a Hellfire Forge. We have that guy bookmarked right here. It should be easy for us to craft. Now, I did go ahead in between episodes and craft up a bunch of these slates. We crafted 64 reinforced, we crafted 64 blank, and we crafted 64 imbued. Now, I did use some of the blank slates to make these runes here. We made some more capacity runes, we made some blank runes, and then we have these displacement runes. Now, I was under the impression that these displacement runes would help the input and output of life points from this guy right here, the sacrificial knife. But that is not the case. This is going to help when we start automating the life points going into the blood altar there. So the Hellfire Forge looks very similar to the alchemy table, and we need this to craft up these different Tartaric Gems. We do need a demon will though, and I don't think we have one. No. We do have a few soul snares left, so what I'm going to need to do is probably craft a few more. Let's just get 6, and let's head on to the Nether, and I'm going to get some demon wills, hopefully, very, very soon. Alright, just a short time back from the Nether, and we did actually get ourselves a couple of demon wills. I think we misfired one of these. But these all have different qualities. Some of them good, some of them not so great. We did get a couple of other things from the Nether. And one thing that I really forgot to mention is while crafting all of the slates, we just sat here going up and down, hitting ourselves with the sacrificial knife, which ate through something like 3 or 4 stacks of steak, but we still have over 16,000. So that's good. Anyway, moving on, what we want to do is we want to create this petty Tartaric Gem. So we want this, 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 and this, and then we want the demon will, and that should craft. Perfect. Look at that. And we have a petty Tartaric Gem. Awesome. Now, the sanguine reverter is made with a common Tartaric Gem, and this doesn't... Common, greater, okay. So I think we need to make this guy, because I don't think that we're going to be able to make this guy without it, and we need this guy to make the weak blood shard. That is made in an alchemical reaction chamber. Okay. So the lesser Tartaric Gem needs a diamond, a block of redstone, block of lapis, and we already said a diamond. We can go ahead and throw these few things in there. We don't need them. We'll see if this will work. And it doesn't look like it. Eddie Tartaric Gem. With another? No. No? Let's see. So I did record this episode, or recorded last episode, and it was kind of the same thing where we were going through and we didn't know. Well, let's see. Working with diamonds, you forge. No, you only need one gem when upgrading. The Hellfire Forge will draw will from the gem it's crafting before trying to use will from the gem in its gem slot. Don't worry, the newly crafted gem will hold any leftover will in the process. Okay, is noted improvement. Once chief limitations to progress further involving the blood altar, you require powers of slate. Combining this slate, We'll get this guy right here to give us the common Tartaric Gem, and then yeah. So we're trying to get the lesser Tartaric Gem. It says it needs will, so maybe we need a second lesser or a petty Tartaric Gem, which was a piece of lapis, a piece of redstone, a piece of gold, and glass. And what I was saying was we recorded the last episode, and it was very similar here where we were kind of hemming and hawing around. And yeah, that one doesn't have enough in it. Let's throw this one in it. We need different willpower. That used one will to make a Tartaric Gem. And let's see if we take off our magnet and we throw this on there. Will that work? Hit the organize button, which is fine. Ah, did you see that? Okay, so this thing has a will quality. Oh, that was my chair. I'm so sorry. This has a will quality of 13.98. So, with that being said, we probably ought to craft up a absolute ton of these. Looks like they can only stack to 16. And we will go ahead and throw this petty gem in here. That's the one we'll use to craft. And let us go to the Nether and see if we can't get some more will in this thing and get it all the way up. I'm actually, hold on. Like I said, we're humming and hawing around this because I don't know this mod like I do the other one. So we want to use this one for the crafting. Maybe 13 will is enough. It does not look like it. Okay, we'll leave this stuff in here because we can, and let's go to the Nether. And we didn't use all of the soul snares here. We still have 9 left, but let's go ahead and try this. We have 50 will quality in here. Really? Petty. Lesser Tartaric Gem requires a block of this, and then it requires anything. Don't know. I really don't. Is there a certain amount of things that this needs? We don't need a shift click. Holds a maximum of 64. We did read that. Do we have to fill this thing? I really don't know. Let's give it a try. Alright, third time's a charm, right? Oh, this thing is full, and here we go. Boom. Lesser Tartaric Gem, and we still have 46. I don't get why that didn't work. Okay. Perfect. Now, for this guy, what did we say we needed? We needed a common or higher Tartaric Gem. So a common Tartaric Gem is going to use a diamond, a block of gold, and an imbued slate. which I have all of those things. We have block of gold here. We're actually going to need to set up our B, I think. We have these. We have a diamond. Let's go ahead and throw you, and you in. And this thing only used like a little bit of the demon will? Obviously, we can't fill this thing up. So maybe we have to go back to filling that up? That seems kind of redundant or almost silly. I guess... I guess we'll do this. Okay, here goes nothing. No. Really? Am I gonna have to fill a lesser Tartaric Gem to get to whatever this needs? Because it needs a common or greater, and I think we're gonna have to fill the common to make this guy. This does get 32 uses, which is really good, and that's something for later. Okay, so... Wow. What are the uses of this thing? But it's got a few uses. And I think we can even craft that thing up. Let's go ahead and make that. So, this guy we're going to need to make this guy. Demonic Sleep, we need a tier 4. Common Tartaric Gem. I mean, we're getting to the end. We can make the Sentient Sword. I didn't even look at that. Sentient Sword. Uses Demon Will to unleash full potential. It's a petty Tartaric Gem, so I think we're going to need to grab 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those. And then this. It seems kind of redundant. And it shouldn't use that much will. Nope, it's going to use 1 per craft. Then to make that, we need an iron sword. Which, of course, why would I have? Thought I made... maybe I did something else. The sacrificial dagger? Okay, that's going to craft the sentient sword. Whoops, there's that chair again. And that is a quest complete. I really don't know what this thing does. Let's go ahead and look at it. Control. The sentient sword is a much more effective tool for collecting demon will than soul snares. Okay, it may be weak at first, but is powered up by the wills that you carry, so crafting a Tartaric Gem is a must. Note that the sword, as with the sentient tools, can be repaired with crystallized will. Okay. This... the Demon Crucible. Atmosphere great. Now what some rituals will benefit from the raw will. Yeah, we're diving a lot further into what I want to get into, but I think we need to use this guy in here and go get this thing a couple more wills. So I'm going to leave the lesser gem and this gem, and we're going to go get 2 more wills for this guy, and then we're going to craft up 1 more lesser gem, and then I think we have everything that we need. I don't know. This is really a pain, but I'm going to try this sentient sword real quick. Let's check this thing out. I have found that it seems like wither skeletons tend to give me the best demon will, right? Okay. What did that do? Okay, we have a raw will of 64. So let's go home before we die. And let us try to utilize this guy with this guy to craft up another lesser gem, which needs just a few things. We need a block a block of gold, or a block of redstone, lapis, Oh, and there it goes. That'll turn this into a lesser Tartaric Gem. And now we'll leave this one in here because that's the one we're going to craft. We're going to take this one with us because that's the power that we have for killing enemies. And we will do a quick slash back, which is going to drop us into a vat of wither skeleton. Which is okay. We'll see what happens here. Sword is terrible. No transmitter, yeah, I know. But it looks like it's filling this guy up. And if we remember correctly, we're going to get bombarded a little bit here, but this thing can hold 256 will. So I don't know if I have to fill that thing up to craft the next lesser. That is a lot of mobs that we have to kill, right? And we don't need to use the soul snares with this guy, but it does take durability. So we'll see. I'm going to be doing this for a while. Try not to die. I'm on fire. Okay. Wish me luck. Alright, upon reading the book, it said that we can repair this sentient sword with a crucible. We got to put a Tartaric Gem in there. So I am going to throw all of this in here and see if we can't make the thing. It doesn't look like we can. This thing needs a common or greater Tartaric Gem, just like everything else. But it doesn't tell us, like, oh, right there. Okay, so we need a minimum will. Okay, lesser Tartaric Gem, greater or common. We need a minimum of 240 in the gem, and then it will only drain 50 to make it. That makes perfect sense. So we are going to need to take this lesser gem. We are going to need to put this stuff back in here. The imbued slate, we will go ahead and do away with this stuff for now. And I have 64 in here. We're just going to store it there. And we have 95 in here. So I need to get 240. I'm a little worried about this guy breaking because of all of the different enemies that we are fighting. But yeah, we're just gonna keep attacking away. Okay. So this makes sense now. If I were to look at this guy, it doesn't tell me. But if I were to look it up in the book, it's going to tell me that it needs a minimum of 350 will. So when we make the common gem, we're going to need to get 350 will in a gem so that we can make this thing. Oh my goodness. Blood Magic is a very fun mod, but holy grind. Gonna have a little bit. So this is me until I get 240 will. Okay, according to the book, we have 240. That should be enough to start this craft. It is great. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, we have our common Tartaric Gem. Now, to get the sanguine reverter, this thing said it needs 350 will. We can use this thing with an imbued slate, and we have a chance to get our weak blood shards. That is what we're after. We can use a master blood orb, but we don't have that yet. So we're going to need to get this guy right here. We need 4 imbued slates, 5, because we need 1 to make the master blood orb. If we were to shift click, we need 1 weak blood shard for the master blood orb. So now that I've got this, I'm going to have to go back through the Nether and start attacking more mobs until this thing has 350 will in it. Oh boy. And then we're going to need a stone, a iron ingot, an imbued slate, and shears, right? So let's throw this thing in here. We need stone. We need iron. We need shears. And what was the last thing that we need? An imbued slate. That's correct. I had that in my head, but we're going to need 5 of these anyway. Hopefully that's enough for later projects. And then we're just going to kind of yeet and delete. Perfect. Okay, now back to the nether. Hopefully this sword will work long enough. It is going up in it's going up in damage. You know what? Let's look up anvil. This guy. We need to make ourselves a crystallized obsidian, which is slime, obsidian, wither rose, and a crystallized amber, which this we can do with magma or 500 millibuckets of honey from cyclic. And yeah, I think we're gonna do this. I think I want to see if this will work, and we have enough honey. Okay. So what did I need? I needed a fire charge, redstone dust, and a magma block. Have redstone dust. We need a fire charge. Ooh, I don't have that. Magma. We can make. Perfect. So you, and then a fire charge. Should be pretty easy for us to make. We'll go ahead and put those in there. And boop. With 1,000 honey. No. Oh. Come on. Honey from cyclic. We make this with 2 honey blocks in the melting chamber. We can make a 500 millibuckets with 2 honey bottles. Have 2 honey bottles. I need a bucket. I don't know if I can actually take this out. No. Maybe just a break and replace, and we will go ahead and do this. That is doing that. We'll throw you, and you in. I think it was like this. There is the crystallized amber. Now we need the crystallized obsidian, which I've made before. We need 1,000 millibuckets of slime. 1,800 is here. 200 is here, so we need 200 divided by 1,000. We're gonna need 10 slime balls. So this shouldn't be hard. Goodness gracious, what a pain. Boom, boom, boop. And then we're gonna need a piece of obsidian. Perfect. And then we're going to need a wither rose, which we have. We have 1,000 of that. We have obsidian, crystallized amber, wither rose. Now we'll have this. And this is all just to test, to see if we can make this anvil right here, the powered diamond anvil. We will remove our disenchanter, put you there, always on, and does this work? It does. Look at that. We don't have to go through blood magic. Perfect. So at the cost of a little bit of power, this is using quite a bit of power, we can revive this sword to its full durability and go get ourselves 350 will. Now, I went to a Bastion Remnant that I actually had waypointed, and we just sat killing piglins and zombified piglins, and we have 300 will. That took a very long time to get, so we'll throw this all in here, and now we should get the thing that we need, the sanguine reverter. We will go ahead and put that in this guy, which goes here. And then imbued slate, which will get us the weak blood shard. And we should get 5 of those. I did mine a bunch more blackstone in case we wanted it. We have quite a bit now, and cracked, and all the different variants of that. I am going to put these Tartaric Gems away. I'm going to put the Sentient Sword away because I don't want it. It's not great. And now we have our weak Blood Orbs. So we're really crafted through most of this quest line. Whoops. The only thing that we need is the Master Blood Orb, and then we need the Demonic Slate. The Demonic Slate is the tier 4 version of that, but we should be able to take some stone. And we need just one in there for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have just done that the other way. Oh. They craft 8 at a time. I am silly. Okay, well, those can go in there. We now should be able to put this guy up here. Like so. And we should have ourselves a tier 4 altar if we look at our divination symbol. Yes, we do. We have a tier 4. We are losing... There we go, it stopped. So now what I need to do is I need to fill this thing with 40,000 buckets of life points. We have 44,000 thanks to the capacity gems or capacity runestones that we have over there, including these. We do have room to make 7 more runes, but I'm not sure what we really want in this guy yet. So now what I need to do is the long, daunting task of coming up here and pricking myself in the finger. Ooh, we went up to 20,000 from 6,000. That's pretty good. We will get our sword recharged, and then we will sit here and wait for our life points. No. Hello? Give me that. And I just sit here and hold right-click until my saturation goes down, and then we eat. We gain a few hearts, and we just keep doing this until we're ready. We will do a prick of the finger, and then we will make our Master Blood Orb, which is really, really nice. Now, I do have the Magician's Blood Orb somewhere. There it is. Perfect. We're going to want this guy. And every now and then, I take a little bit of damage. That's okay. And yes, we are going to want to look in our book. We'll go ahead and put these bloodstones. I can't believe I messed that up. We're going to want to look into making these ritual stones because we are going to get into a ritual. How do I get... Here we go. Demon Will, Entry, Utilities, Rituals. Perfect. A list of rituals. We want to get into a ritual called the Well of Suffering. No, that's not the Well of Suffering. There's the Well of Suffering. So using a Ritual Diviner Dusk for easy construction. This ritual attacks mobs within its damage zone and puts the harvested blood into a nearby blood altar. Put a blood orb into that altar, maybe add a few runes of sacrifice for good measure, and you'll never have to worry about LP supplies again as long as you can supply enough mobs. So it talks here about needing water runes, air runes, fire runes, earth runes, dusk runes. We need a total of 36. Then it talks about all of the different stuff. The area of the ritual searches for a blood altar to deposit its blood into. Horizontal radius is 10, vertical radius is 15. It will damage all the mobs in a horizontal and vertical radius of 15. Mobs will drop items, so we need to make sure that we collect those. Perfect. And with that, we can do a little more deposit. That one didn't get us as good. Weird. We're only up to 29,000 now, but still, that's pretty good, right? So, what I'm thinking as we're gaining our life back is the Well of Suffering I'm going to put here. I'm planning on utilizing this machine to duplicate mobs. I'm planning on utilizing this machine to duplicate a wide variety of, a wider range of duplicating those mobs because, as it says in here, it has a radius of 15. So I'm not sure if that's 15 this way and 15 this way from wherever we put the Well of Suffering, but I believe we can have a decent little mob farm set up below here. Now we are going to need to craft another blood altar, which we have to do in the Starlight crafting altar, which is up there. um, this way, our Well of Suffering can deposit into that, and then we're going to need to take our Magician's Blood Orb and put that in the Blood Altar, and then once that fills up with the different life points, or the 150,000, I believe this thing can store. If we do a little control here, it doesn't tell us. It told us in here, in the Soul Networks. Now, somewhere it tells us that each one of these guys can hold a certain amount of blood. Where is it? Rituals, utility blocks, and items. No. Demon Will, alchemical table. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is, but each one of these blood orbs can hold a certain amount of raw life essence. So I believe that the blood orb that we're going to craft can hold something like 1,000,000. This thing can hold 150k. And we want that constant circle of blood or life points because the Well of Suffering is going to use life essence as it works. So it's going to use like 20 millibuckets of life essence to kill the mobs. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a setup. Now, I didn't wait for my life to, or my hearts to get all the way up, but we do have 40,000 life points in here, so this thing should go ahead and craft down to the highest blood orb that we can do. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make ourselves a Master Ritual Stone, which is done with the Magician's Blood Orb or a Master Blood Orb. We need 4 Ritual Stones and 4 Obsidian. We need Ritual Stone. This is 4, or made in crafts of 4, and if the book was correct, we needed 36, so I need to make 40 Ritual Stones. Hopefully, I have enough. If not, we're going to be crafting... Nope. I was going to say, we will be crafting a bunch more of those. What did this use? It used Reinforce. Oh, we haven't even used any of those. Yep. Let's see. Slate. That was our first usage of them. Perfect. So now we need to make a Master Ritual Stone. There. Very good. Now, if we remember in our ritual that we were looking in, we need the Ritual Diviner Dusk. So this is 2 Demonic Slates, 2 Inscription Tool Dusk, and 1 Ritual Diviner. The Ritual Diviner is the Earth, Fire, Air, and Water Inscription Tool, and then we need 4 diamonds and a stick. Each one of these are made in the Blood Altar with various different items, so we need a Magma Cream, we need a Gas Tier, we need a Block of Lapis, and we need Obsidian. So, Block of Lapis, Magma Cream, Gas Tier. Oh my goodness, we have so many of those. And then we need Obsidian. Perfect. I do believe that this thing probably doesn't have a lot. Nope, doesn't have a lot of life points in it, so we will go down here and once again get ourselves ready. Sacrificial Knife, 12,000, good. And we will start making these different sigils. Is that what they're called? Inscription tools. I'm sorry. So there's the fire. Now, as I've said before, this whole quest line right here, the only thing that we're lacking is the in Demonic Slate, which we are going to need to make 2 of these. It's crafted in a tier 4 blood altar, so that's why we needed to get to the tier 4 blood altar. And then you just leave a slate in there until it's done. Imbued slate, of course, needs 5,000, so that's 20,000, 22,000, 23,000. We need 23,000 life points in this thing for each craft. Let's see, gas tier. So we're going to be doing this quite a bit. Now, honestly, if I would have just sat here and utilized the same grinding method I did for making all of the different slates and stuff like that, we could have probably done this a lot quicker, a lot easier, And we would already have our steel casing, which if we look back at the steel casing, it is a tier 2 blood altar with 5,000 life points and a steel block in here. And it's pretty easy. We need these for mechanism. That is why we're going through this. But again, these quest lines are simply just a guide to get you started. There are many, many things you can do. We talked about that when we did Astral Sorcery. Blood magic, though, we're going a little step further and we're getting into the actual rituals that we have. So let's go ahead. We have 16,000. I will go ahead and fill this thing up to the 23,000 that we're going to need. And while we are waiting, we will grab ourselves a couple pieces of stone. Yep. We have the ritual stones. We have the master ritual stone. We have these inscription tools. I think actually we could make this ritual diviner with what we have. Perfect. So that gets rid of all of these guys. We do need to make a weak activation crystal, which is a lava crystal. Looks like we are going to need some buckets. 1, 2, and 3. We will go ahead and continue getting our life points back up. We will come up here and grab 3 buckets of lava. I did place this guy down. We still have 146 buckets, which is okay. We will grab this lava stone or lava crystal, and we need to put that in a tier 3 with 10,000 life points. So, yeah. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of sacrificing to do before this thing is completely ready for us. What do we have? 16 buckets. Yeah, we need 46,000 to do the 2 stones, and then we're going to need another 10,000 for the lava crystal. What a fun, fun thing, right? Blood magic. It's been a really, really fun mod. There's the blank slate. We'll just keep waiting until it gets to the final tier. By then, our life points should be back up, and hopefully we can make the next tier of slate. Now, before we pull this off the blood altar, I wanted to bring everybody back in because this is technically going to complete blood magic for me. Yes, we did complete the chapter, but there are many, many, many things that we need to do still. I didn't really talk about it, but I said we're going to put the Well of Suffering down here, which means I'm going to tear this whole thing down. We only need this when we're doing the self-sacrifice to get the bonus. Because I have the Master Blood Orb, we technically could upgrade this to the Warnstone path and actually get the full 200% instead of the 120%. I'm not really... I'm not too worried about it because we're going to be moving on from this blood altar hopefully very, very soon. Of course, this episode is going to run a little bit longer than the previous ones because I would like to get this done. At least get the Well of Suffering up and kind of started, and then we will start getting mobs and stuff into there. Yep, so there is another little sacrifice. We're at 23,766, which should be just enough to craft 1 more demonic slate. Perfect. Another waiting game. And here we go. We are getting a weak ritual crystal. I do believe, though, that we need... Can't remember. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I cannot remember. Where is my Magician's Orb? We have 646 LP in our system. I think I'm going to have to use this thing to actually put some life points into our life or soul network. What did I do? Okay, we got this guy. Perfect. That's right, we were crafting with it and we put it back. So we have the weak activation crystal. Let's go ahead and unbookmark that. We do need to make these 2 dusk inscription tools. Dang it, I forgot that we needed to do that. So we are going to need to get a little bit more life points in there, which we should be able to do really quickly here. Yep, 9,000, perfect. And we will put these guys in while still eating. There we go. Now we should be able to make the Ritual Diviner Dusk. This, for whatever reason, doesn't think we have this, but we do. Bam. Perfect. Okay. So now I need to grab a bucket. And I probably need to grab a couple of them. And we're going to tear down our system down below. I am going to grab... Nope, I've already got it. Good. I was going to say I'm going to grab one more boost before I tear this thing down. But this should work. And perfect. All right, so what we need to do now is tear everything down. I need to get my inventory a little sorted out, which means I could probably just put all of this stuff in here for now. Go ahead and put that in there. We'll put the wand back. We'll put the buckets back. We'll put this back in our hotbar, and now we are going to just vein mine the crap out of stuff, right? I mean, we should have literally no problem collecting all of this material. And I think we're even going to gain a little bit of nether wart from this because we were kind of growing it. Aha. Perfect, perfect. Take the elevator because we don't need it anymore either. And the incense altar, thank you. We did use a lot of hunger there. But we now have a clean slate. This thing, how much durability? 37. We can go ahead and take care of this last little elevator. And we will actually, instead of crafting continuous pickaxes and paxels, we'll throw that guy in there for the time being. Now, the Well of Suffering. What we're going to want to do is we're going to probably want to set up at least another tier 2, if not a tier 3 blood altar. We do have the stuff to make a tier 4 blood altar. We have these blood blocks, but I don't think that it's going to be necessary. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to find the center, which is right there. That is the center. Look at that. And we're just going to build down a little. We need to see how big. This thing sits 4 blocks down. So 4 blocks down is where the bottom of our stuff is going to be. That is going to be the so the altar can technically sit about right here. Perfect. So this is where I'm going to set the altar. We are going to go down like here. I guess is good enough. A couple blocks lower than the altar itself. No, hold on. Hold on, we're messing this up. So the bottom of our altar sits 2 blocks lower than this. So technically our deal sits here. So we're going to want to go down like there with our master ritual stone. And let's go ahead and get that bad boy out. Let's get this guy out. Let's get our ritual diviner out. And what's really neat about these rituals is you can place down the ritual here. We can get our book out and get to the rituals. We can get to the Well of Suffering. We can visualize it. We can click it. It says to right-click a block to anchor it. Okay. How does this work? Is it just... Let's see. Nope. For whatever reason, I thought you could just right-click this. Well of Suffering, visualize structure. Unvisualize. So right-click a block to anchor this structure. Let us go ahead and unvisualize this. we will place down a piece of dirt, like so. And then now we'll visualize this. We will right click there, and this guy is now technically built where it has one. And I do believe it's just shift right click. No. Oh, right there. Oh, wait. Ritual Diviner Dusk. Ritual of the Full Spring, Ritual of the Green Grove. Okay, we got to right click to find the Well of Suffering. Reap of the Harvest Moon, Focus, Well of Suffering. Aha. Aha, there we go. Right click, it's placing all the blocks for us, and it is making the runes the proper runes. Boom, there it is. There's our Well of Suffering. Perfect. Now, we need to hit F7 because we do have some spawnable spaces down here, right? So we will go ahead and place a little bit of torch action, which hopefully clears this all up. It does. Good. Now we need to get a few things. I need to get another blood altar. I'm going to need a demon will for that, unfortunately. So we're going to need to go get that from the Nether. We no longer need our ritual diviner. We actually don't need the book. We should need these couple of things. And like I said, we are going to have to put a little bit of life points into the well here. And I did that wrong. I think we can click this guy on there to take that. No. How do we do that? So that worked, but that's not what we're trying to do. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. We do need to get quite a bit of blood in here. I'm not sure how much it is to actually get the ritual started, but it is a thing. And so I'm going to grab my soul snares, which I still have quite a few of them. We're going to just do a quick slash back. I'll show you guys the little bastion. Yep, this is the bad boy right here. We'll turn F7 off. I just sat here fighting these guys. They're pretty easy because they come straight to you. A little bit of a lag spike there. Yeah, you're gonna be the target, my dude. And there's a demon will, so we'll just do a slash home. And perfect. So now we'll get all of the things that we need for a new blood altar, which is 4 steel, 3 sooty marble, a bucket, and 4 redstone blocks. Steel. We need soot. Oh, come on. Soot. Sooty marble. 1, 2, 3. We need a bucket. And we are going to need out of our backpack our resonating wand. And just because this is a smaller crafting table doesn't mean anything. We should still be able to put this recipe in there. I do believe that we have enough starlight. We do. In the middle of the day. This is wonderful. These relays are so good. Not to mention we have a collector crystal right above it. So, and there we go. There is another blood altar. No problem. Perfect. Now we need to start getting some runes in this blood altar so that we can turn it into a usable blood altar. And what we want to get is the rune of sacrifice. It's just like the rune of self-sacrifice, only opposite. This works with the mobs. So I did craft up some blank runes. It looks like we have more. We are going to want these displacement runes, which means we're going to have to get some water buckets. But to begin with, we'll place these guys down, like so. And perfect. This should now technically be a tier 2. There it is. There it is. It is a tier 2. So, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go down 1 and over 1 and then place in 10 10 runes. We're going to want the stone bricks, and we're going to want that. I'm not sure how many runes that we have. Looks like we have 7 total. So we are going to need 20. So I need to craft up 13 more if I can. I can. Perfect. There's 20 runes. We are going to want to make... I'm thinking just displacement runes, really. Right? So, buckets. I think by default, it is 20 millibuckets per tick, and I think these add 20 millibuckets, or it's 20% per each one. So, yeah, we're really going to want to make sure that we go ham on this. To have the life points flowing in as fast as possible. So, there's one. And this is a problem because you can't just shift click because the empty buckets make the rune of capacity. Now, with that being said, I think we're going to do 10 displacement runes, and then we'll do 10 runes of capacity just so that our blood altar can hold a little bit more. I really don't know. I'm thinking that that's actually going to be wrong because we don't want our blood altar down below to have a bunch of blood in it, right? We want most of that to come to us. So we'll just keep crafting these up, and it is quite a grind. Looks like I should grab 2 more empty buckets just to make this thing a little bit easier. And we're probably going to throw some of these on the ground, but that's okay. Sink is a good thing. There we go. All right, I'm just going to make like 10, and then we'll use the blank runes, and we'll kind of see where that gets us. So let's grab those. We need 10. We need stone bricks. We're going to need a few of those, which I don't think... Yeah, I don't have any. No problem. 1, 2, 3, 4 crafts of those, and then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Perfect. Oh, I have a bucket on me that we don't want. Okay. Let's get a little bit of this, and let's go craft this guy up. You guys seen the tier 3 blood altar, so we're just going to do the same thing here. It is technically right here, I believe. Yes, it is. All right. And we'll start out with the blank runes. We'll move to the displacement, and we'll have the stone brick. So this guy has 2, and then a stone brick, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting with zap. That's like a standard thing, right? We've done that in so many different live streams and things like that. We will dig this guy up, and it's just 3 up like this. And then glowstone to top it off. And the good news is, I think this should actually light up the area. It does. Good deal. Let's get our divination sigil. And we are now at a tier 3 blood altar. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well, I think that we're going to come back next time, and we are going to get the ritual set up and get our mob duplicator set up. We're going to get a range add-on on this thing. We're going to get a bigger range because this thing can do 15 blocks. Let's go ahead and get this piece of dirt out from underneath that. This is a really, really neat system. If we were to try to click on it right now, you feel a push, but you're too weak. That is because we don't have a lot of life points in the soul network. So that's something else that we're going to have to do. Get a little bit more of this action. Yep. And now we have 3,000. I think we're going to need quite a bit. I'm not sure how much, but I think it's something like 10,000 if I remember correctly. So yeah, next time, guys. Next time, we are going to finish out the blood magic portion of our journey, and then we're gonna look at getting some stuff automated. And yeah, just getting through this pack, right? We've got extended crafting, we got some refined storage to finish up, mechanism, RF tools. I did get to 15 kills of the dragon. Oh, it's taking so long. Going to the mining dimension and then eventually getting into this creative tab right here to finish out the pack. We've got a few more episodes in us, but that is going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't want to keep you any longer, or this would be a really, really long episode. So stay tuned. Next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new. Hit that notification bell if you want to get notified when videos like this come out. Check the description down below for all of the different ways to follow me, including Twitter, Twitch, Discord, link to the Patreon. You know the routine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you